You guys seem to love the 3 investments that can make you rich videos. You love to hear about the no risk investments and all that good stuff. So, of course, today I had to give you guys 3 no risk investments that can make you guys a ton of coins on FIFA 22 Ultimate Team. If you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up on it. If this video hits 150 likes, we will just have to drop another one next weekend as well. And of course, if you guys are enjoying the daily FIFA 22 market videos, make sure to subscribe and help us reach our 7.5k goal by the end of 2021. So guys, we're going to be going over 3 investment types, 3 different card types that you guys can invest in, which will likely make you a ton of coins. And these ones have just about 0 risk. Now, our first 2 types are actually kind of similar, but different in a way because you can acquire them differently. And the first one we're going to talk about is silver cards. So obviously, as you guys know, the League SBCs have now come out. And these League SBCs are huge, but little do many people know this is probably one of the most profitable methods that you guys can do. So what we saw in each of these League SBCs was a requirement for silver. Basically, the player quality was max silver, and this was in all 3 of these SBCs, as you guys can see here. Now, this is very interesting to me because that makes these silver players worth a lot more. It makes the bronze players worth a lot more. So what we can actually go and do is look to kind of buy these silvers. Now, in yesterday's trading video, we talked about trying to snipe those silver cards. Today, we're going to be talking about investing in some. So obviously, we only have 3 League SBCs out. There are a ton of other leagues in the game. So what you guys can go and do is start investing in some of these silvers. And a majority of them are actually, very cheap still. So if we take a look at some of the Prem silvers, for example, which are going to be very, very popular, the top, 5 leagues are always going to have silvers that go extremely, extremely expensive. So Premier League ones, for example, are probably sitting at a little bit more than usual, probably sitting around 1k, 800 coins. Now, what I would do if I were you guys is over time, start picking some of these cards up. Any Premier League silvers that you guys can pick up for 700 coins or less is a dub in my book, because what we saw with the French ones is they all went to 2k. So if you guys pick them up at 800 coins, that is over a 100% return on investment. That is insane, and you guys can quite easily double your coins. And I can just about promise you guys that the Premier League, the La Liga, Serie A, and the Bundesliga ones, they will all go to 2k a card for silver cards. So definitely look to kind of pick some of these cards up. The rare ones, the common ones, it doesn't matter. As you guys can see, those French League ones are all over 2k basically. Absolutely insane return on profit. And you guys can literally do it. I'm surprised that a lot of these Prem ones, and it looks like the French ones went even higher. What are they up to now? 2.5k. So even a more incentive to do it, and it's literally just one team too. Trust me guys, just invest in those Prem ones, invest in those other top 5 league ones, because you guys can make an insane amount of coins on these cards, especially because League SBC grinding is going to be so good this year, because the packs are decent, but it's a mega pack return, especially for the top leagues, you get better returns. Now, of course, just because the top 5 leagues obviously have better rewards doesn't mean you guys can look away from the smaller leagues, because we did obviously get the Dutch league this time around. Now, the silver cards did not go as high, and as you guys can see, they didn't really move too much. They're sitting at about 750 coins, but you guys could snipe these cards for even lower. You guys can try and get them for 500 coins. So when doing other leagues like that, like Liga NOS, for example, the Portuguese league, I think you guys can try and pick up some of those cards for like 500-ish coins, maybe a little bit less, because those cards will also go up. But I do recommend just hopping in those top 5 leagues, because the silvers are just way too cheap right now, man. Taking a look at the Bundesliga ones especially, I mean, these cards, you can buy them for literally so much less. Now, the only thing is we don't know when the League SBCs are going to drop and what the order will be. I mean, for all we know, the Premier League one could come out in February, and the Bundesliga one could come out next week for all we know. We really have no idea. So what I do recommend is, if you guys do not want to stack your transfer list up, just do a club stock, buy one of each Storm in your club, and by the time the SBC comes out, you guys could probably make 50 to 100k by storing all the different silvers that you can in your club. And that's personally what I'm probably going to do, is just store one of each silver from each of the top 5 leagues into my club. So when, the League SBC does end up coming out, I can sell them, but also not restrict myself. But then again, if you guys want to drop a mill into these cards, I mean, you can make a ton of coins from that, but of course it's a waiting game. That's really up to you. Personally, I would recommend doing a club stock, but it is up to you guys. Now, unfortunately for you guys, we have a second method. It's pretty much the same thing, but it's with the bronze cards. But I did kind of want to make it its own separate thing because you guys can kind of use other methods to obtain these cards too. So just like that, with the League SBCs, the nice thing about the rating or the requirements was that it's a max of silver, so people could still use bronze cards. And that means the bronze cards also get forced up in price. And as you guys can see, the bronze cards also sell for about 2.5K in these leagues. Absolutely ridiculous. So you guys can pack, first off, you guys can pack any of these cards in the bronze pack method, which we're gonna quickly go over after I talk a little bit. But you guys can see, you can do the same thing. You can go and invest in Prem cards. The Prem bronzes are still sat at such a low price. And as you guys can see, those cards are 2,500 coins, 2,000 coins. The Prem one will do the same thing. And you guys could probably buy these bronzes for less than 400 coins, honestly, with a little patience, some bidding or whatever. It's so easy to do. And the same thing kind of goes with that. Club stock them, or if you really want to, you can go ahead and do, stack your transfer list. But of course, we don't know when these SBCs are going to be dropping, so you could be waiting for a while. Now, something you guys actually can do now is go and do the bronze pack method, because now we have 3 League SBC cards out that are pushing the value of those bronze cards up. So for example, even the Dutch cards, they sell for about 500 coins. So right there, you see 250. But right there, doing the bronze pack method now makes each and every pack more and more profitable. You have 3 different leagues where you can make a ton of coins. So the Dutch league, obviously those cards are all 500 or more. The MLS cards seem to be a little bit more. We'll see what they are. It looks like they're all about 700 coins. So, the bronze pack method just becomes more and more profitable, and you guys can make a really good amount of coins doing it. I know it's not an investment, but I just wanted to put this in the video because these methods are really good. Now guys, let's talk about our third investment type, and this one is going to be good old fodder. Because there are still some different card types, certain card types I should say, that are just a little bit too low. Now first off, we're going to talk about 83s. These cards are just too dang low. First off, the common ones. The common ones are getting under 600 coins. Way too low. And these ones are still at 800 coins, which is about discard price. These cards are too low. And the good thing about these 83s is that Black Friday is coming. And a common investment that everyone always says and always does. And we'll have a Black Friday investment guide out soon. But an investment everyone talks about is the 83s for the Team of the Week pack. Because we do get a best of Team of the Week. Now, what ends up always happening is these cards end up going from about 800 coins to about 1,200 or 1,300 before they actually end up coming back down. So what you guys can maybe do is start picking some of these cards up right now and looking to sell before Black Friday even drops, because I do think that some of these cards could end up pushing over 1K, 1.2K or something like that. It's not a crazy return, but it's an investment that can still make you a bit of coins, especially if you mass invest. You could end up making a ton from that. And next up in terms of fodder is actually the Team of the Week cards, because there's still a certain type that should not be discarded when it still is, and that's the 84s. 84 informs are way too low. Declan Rice, Arnold, Simeone, Talisca, Delore, even Smith Rowe and Correa. These cards are all way too low, and 84s always end up hitting about, with a good SBC, about 15 to 20K when their supply starts to get scarce. And I do have a feeling with Black Friday on the horizon, EA will start dropping a ton of SBCs. So I think 84s are very safe because they should not be discard price. And you guys can even maybe take a look at the 85s too. But definitely take a look at some of that because I think a lot of them are very low. Informs are way too low right now. And there'll be some SBCs that come very soon that will start pushing them up. But yeah guys, those are 3 different investments that I would really start making, honestly. They're very low risk. There's, you really can't lose coins on some of them because a lot of them are at discard price already or at a floor. So there's only one way to go, and that is up. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up on it. Subscribe if you're new, and of course, until next time, peace.